All righty. Good morning. Good morning. We are broadcasting live on two separate streams, so that's pretty cool. I got the chat right over here. We'll get that a little enlarged so I can see it. Okay, got it. All right. Pop out chat. There we go. All right. So we've got some new subscribers. Rorik, good morning. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? I don't have any music started. So just give me a second. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Good morning, everybody. I'm just making sure I have all my lights on and everything like that before I go live, you know? Good morning, Ninja, Dropley, Rorik. How are you guys doing today? You got your coffee? Dropley, you're about to finish work, I'm sure. Wrapping up your Monday. It is 60 degrees here at my house. It is the second day of March, and at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, USA. Whew, that's a mouthful. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, I guess we can move that. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Cheers. I'm good. I'm good. I've got some camera adjusting to do. See, I turned on my camera without making sure my camera was right. Holy shit, what a shitty streamer. There we go. There we go. All right. How's everybody doing? Ooh, I drove about 700 miles this weekend. We went up for my mom's funeral on Thursday morning. Wow. What a great weekend. You know, to celebrate my mom's passing. Cheers. Here's to Trish. You guys are great. You guys are great. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out for just a minute. And when you gotta go, you gotta go. You just just say bye. And I know people got other things to think about and do. I just appreciate you coming in, having a cup of coffee with me this morning. Good drive. My brother drove up to Bristol, maybe into North Carolina, right there. Roanoke area, and then I took over the rest of the way. So it was a good drive up. He had to drive in the rain quite a bit. We got on each other's nerves a little bit. My wife's sitting in the back seat having to hear us old men argue. I'll be over here while he's driving, huffing and puffing. And while I'm driving, he's going for the brake over there like I'm not going to see it. And I never shouted at him, but he came unglued at me at one point when we pulled into the parking lot of the restaurant. I was like, there, get it out. Get it all out. Come on now. It was a good weekend. All my brothers and sisters and their kids, their grandkids. I'm not crying, you're crying. But now there weren't a lot of tears. There were some. I had battled in my heart if I was going to say something, and I just had to tell everybody the experience that I had when I knew I had to call my mom's husband. Charles was the main focus, called Charles, and then he put me on the phone with my mother, and we had maybe a 5 or 6 minute conversation, which at the end we got to tell each other that we loved them one last time. So I'm not crying, you're crying. So I told that story at my mom's funeral. Oh. The pastor says, I know we just got some tingles going on there, but anybody else got anything to say? Oh, it was funny. It was good. But you know, when the universe tells you to do something, you ought to do it. All right, everybody else is back. Welcome, everybody. If you're not a subscriber, you missed that little heartfelt moment. You're doing dishes and chores. Well, thank you for putting me in your ear. I appreciate that. But I'm okay. Really, it was a great weekend. Stories. Got invited to a real cattle ranch in Colorado. A real invite. You let us know when you've landed at the airport. I'll send Lauren out to get you. Oh, man, Rory. I hear you. You know, you enter a part of your life, and that's what I'm, kind of talking about today. You enter a part of your life where your parents are no longer alive. And that's a certain chapter of your life that starts, when your parents pass away. For some people, I'm so blessed. I feel blessed because I've gotten to an age of, 61 years old and still had my parents. So, some people lose them a whole lot earlier than that. And I understand that. And I am blessed beyond words that I got to be this old with my parents still alive. But you do enter a part, some people enter it very early in life, some people in the middle, and some people later. And I was one of the, I feel, fortunate ones to have my parents for so long. But now you enter a chapter, there's the next chapter of your life, and that's the chapter of your parents no longer being alive, whenever that happens to you. Cheers. Any homeowner advice for a 21-year-old? Keep your, don't let the little stuff go by. Just keep working on the house. Always we're raking something or sweeping something or looking at painting something. Always be improving it. If you've done something on the inside, then do something on the outside. And if you've done something on the outside, then do something in the garage or on the inside. Straighten something up. Put up different lights. Just keep improving your house. And none of it has to cost you any money. It's just about, making sure there ain't a lot of shit around. That's my advice for a 21-year-old homeowner in the world. There you go. That's free. You didn't even have to pay channel points for that one. That was free old man boomer advice. Don't clutter your shit up, whether it's needing to sweep the leaves on the front porch, just go fucking do it, Just keep working on your shit. Don't let your shit look, It appreciates if you keep appreciating it. Wow. I know I didn't just make that up. Oh, my damn camera. Hold on a second. Holy shit. Can shit just not work? Oh, my word. You gotta configure the video. Gotta turn off the damn auto. Turn the focus on. There we go. Apply that crap. Okay. Okay. Alright, there we go. Holy cow. That's my advice for any homeowner. Any homeowner. Keep your shit looking right. Mow the lawn, cut the grass, cut the hedges. You know, prune the trees. Take pictures of it when it looks pretty. You work on it. You know? The more you appreciate it, the more it will appreciate. And it won't decline in value, it will appreciate in value. Put a chicken farm in. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, you know. Look, they're gonna have a package on that you're not. Lowe's is gonna have a package with 2 batteries, and it's gonna have 3 attachments. It'll be a blower and a weed eater. You know, they'll package like 2 or 3 together. Just watch the spring ads. They're about to come up. It's going to be an explosion. Be the first one there on a Saturday morning. You can probably get all that shit for about $50, maybe $65. It'll get you through a whole season. It might get you through 2. Then, you know, but then you're going to be, you know, $65 a whack for more batteries type shit. That's where they're getting you right now. So you really got to watch that charging. God, this is all just free advice. Oh yeah, chickens. Eventually I'll get more. Well, then you don't need a lawnmower. Just grow grass and let them get in it. I've still got about another 30 days. I've got till the end of March. I'm gonna see if we have another freeze. I probably won't till until maybe the first weekend of April. I will till the yard up and plant fresh seed and kick the chickens out. Either a weed whacker or 2 chickens. And if you got room for a dog, you got room for chickens. I'm here to tell you, there's some free advice. If you got room for chickens, you got room for dogs. Is 2 cats. Well, chickens can get along with cats as long as the cats aren't allowed to be around the chickens till they get bigger. But no cat really wants to mess with a chicken as long as the cat's being fed, because a chicken is a fucking handful to a cat. Especially if you let the chickens get pretty old. But if you raise kittens with chickens, they all do just fine. You can raise puppies with chickens too. I mean, you raise the puppy with big chickens, though. Don't raise them with like you can wait. You'd have to really watch, but if you have a puppy and you want it around chickens, just put the puppy in with the chickens for a while. It will understand who the fuck is boss. And they're not going to hurt him, but he'll understand that he doesn't go chasing chickens without getting a little, hammered the very first couple of days. But I love dogs, but I'd rather have chickens than dogs right now, until I can have both. But I got the bottle rocket going. So my brother drove about 80% of the way back, and we swapped just after gas, but he drove most of the way. I drove about the last 300 miles, 380 miles. I drove from just outside of Knoxville all the way back down here, so basically in my backyard. I've been to Knoxville several times in a car. I've been to Bristol a couple of times in a car, there and back. Been out to North Carolina, going up that way over the mountains to see my wife and bring my wife back. So kind of familiar once I get in that area. It's not as home as, coming into Chattanooga. Like I know exactly, I don't even have to have the GPS to know which lanes to get in to get home anymore, It's nice to have it there as a backup, but hop on 24, follow 24 until you get to 72, hop off 24 on 72, and then you're home, I'm so close to getting my license. So we'll probably take the Tesla to my my niece's wedding, because it'll be one of the first happy occasions since, it'll be great. Do you have to do the driving part, or do you have to do the written part? Most licenses that I know that are like state or federal licenses that you have to get, and you have to prove that you know how to do something. Ah, you found me on YouTube. Thank you. Smash that like button. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, but had a good weekend. My brother, my two brothers and I and his wife sat down at a table before we all had to go, Sunday evening. We all got something to eat, takeout. Our families just got their takeout, and we brought it back to the hotel lobby, which had a really nice little cafeteria. So we sat and ate, and we probably sat there for 2.5 hours just eating and talking, and then cleaning up, and then some of the kids had to get babies upstairs and stuff like that. It was nice. And then this girls' field hockey team came back, and they had lunch delivered or dinner delivered, and we'd been there like when we woke up Saturday morning. This is so crazy. When we woke up Saturday morning, we went down for breakfast. And as we were there eating breakfast, this whole group of 20-year-old women came in, and they all had their sweats on that said, Vermont field hockey. They're all from the same team, and they're just, they were eating breakfast, the free breakfast and stuff. They're grabbing bananas and yogurt, and, stuff to kind of get water and juices and stuff like that. I don't think any of them had coffee. They were just kind of like bulking up bananas, apples, kind of fruit, like a good healthy breakfast to go play on. They didn't look like they'd won when they got back. I don't know. I just got the vibe that they maybe didn't win anything when they were up here or here, though, or they get. I don't know. I don't know, but how field hockey works or the round robins or anything about that. And we're not going to do a deep dive, so don't worry about that. But it was cool to see them coming back, and then they all got together and they were eating while we were talking and chatting. But it was just one of those surreal, like real life moments that you see these people before what they did, and then you see them coming back after they've accomplished or not. But it didn't feel like they'd accomplished their goal. But I don't know. It was just that kind of energy, you know? Anyway, we were just, when we were sharing stories because daughters wanted to know things about their dads and times of our lives. And then we get talking about, and they're just kind of like their ears are just, pricked up to hear the stories of when we were, all little kids and when we moved from here to there. And, well, I thought you guys had well, didn't you have a pool? Well, yeah, we had a pool, and it was in the apartment complex. That was, 79 to 83. So... And then we talked about, it was crazy, the memories. I saw people I hadn't seen in 50 years, 45 years. And just going our separate paths, but our parents are both married. So I knew my mom's son. I knew Charles's kids when Charles was married to their mom. So, but that's a whole different story, and I'm not going to go into that. But I was there for it, but it was okay, because anyways. Anyway, but yeah, his kids and me, we were in our youth group together. We've witnessed Satan together. You remember that one time that... Oh, Shannon. That's her name. Anyways, her younger sister that we had this experience with was not there. Anyways, it was a youth group thing that we had at church on a Halloween night, and it just went absolutely bonkers. That's kind of a story I could tell from my childhood because it's so long ago. I don't know where anybody is, and I wouldn't use any last names or anything like that, but that is one crazy story in my life where I actually had a talk with the devil. The devil got right up and talked to us right through our friend's mom. It was absolutely insane. And don't tell me it wasn't, because I know it was. I was there. Anyway, stories, just... We didn't get to tell that one. We didn't talk a whole lot when we were there. She was busy talking to her dad and her brother and stuff like that, and catching up on things about their, but it was good to catch up with her brother because, he's talking about this story and that story. But we knew each other when we were kids for a very short time in a youth group, in our church that my mom's husband was the pastor of. So, but years later, they connected in a friendship after his wife divorced him, and my mom was still there to be a friend, and, good for them. That was 40 years ago. And everybody's still okay. Mourning the loss of my mom. It was awesome. It was awesome because they were all treated like family. So, it's good to see him again, though. It's a good weekend. Just a good weekend. My mom is now part of our stream. This is her, this piece of paper right here is her obituary. Well, it's what we got at the church, what my mom wanted sung. These are the verses my mom chose to be sung at her funeral, and we sung them with a little bit of backup music. And then her obituary card is up there by the movie, right? No, right here. No. Right there. I know you probably can't see it. So now Mom's part of the stream. She's here with us. Part of her memorial is here anyway. I know I'm going to have a whole lot better things to do in eternity than look down on you folks. Oh, that's the pastor talked about at her funeral was the butterfly signs crap. It was so good. It was like, oh, I know why she chose this guy. I'm over there dying because I'm like, wow, I'm glad this is being recorded because this is so funny. He says, I'm the opposite of Trish, and she kept me grounded, and then he goes off. Yeah, she had her preacher preach it at her funeral, the Word of God, and it was so great. It was so funny. I was like, oh, my word, Mom, yes, I know why you chose this guy to do your funeral. So it was it was, it wasn't dry, it wasn't stale, it didn't go on for hours. One man taught, asked anybody if they, said prayers and brought us all to, and then asked if there was any stories. He gave a couple of stories, and he asked if anybody else had a Trish story that they wanted to share. And I was there. One of my nieces and I think my brother's wife said something, and then they were sitting down, and then I stood up and told the story about having to call my mother, 4 days before she basically went into a coma. Started getting real sick, going downhill. So that story kind of was like, whoa. I'm not crying, you're crying. But I know I've told this story, but that's what this whole, as more people join in, or as I think there's more people listening, or somebody, maybe on YouTube's catching this for the first time and going, what is this? Even though there's no concurrent viewers on YouTube, but I got 3 or 4 new, YouTube followers, but I don't know if they hit the notification bell or not. So, but I thought I'd dual stream, this little, why not, But I am online, and it looks as good as it can. Hell, it's just me. Oh, and then the world goes crazy. We're at Charles' and my mom's house, and we'd all gathered back there for pizza, and it was good pizza, even though it was like lukewarm. It was still really good pizza, but everybody had some pizza. The kids were having pizza. I was helping with some of the little ones, wiping their hands and her mouth. My little niece who lives in Colorado. So it was like, she's already like 2 years old, and kind of walking around. She's on horses now. She really enjoys it, and she's got her own little stirrups, and so it's cool to watch her grow up in the whole cattle industry, What's everybody, you're close to getting your license. I don't know if that's driver's license or some kind of, contractor's license, or, like a physician's license. We know about your cats. Driver's license. Okay. I can't count on one hand how many countries I've driven in. That's just a fun fact. Oh. And when I say drive, it means drive anything, but it has to have a motor, like a scooter counts. When I say I've driven on more than I can count on one hand, it also includes scooters. Something with a motor. to get my motorcycle license for summertime. Please, please, please be careful. So my oldest brother that was there, my brother, he lost his son to a motorcycle accident. So, that's something that's always in the back, changed their whole family dynamic. My brother's wife and her sister both lost a son on the same day to a motorcycle accident. So please be careful. Please be careful. But yeah, it was good to see everybody. My little sister's dad sent flowers. I'm better at riding motorcycles than driving cars. Okay. Well, then I would say a full helmet and leathers. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. Full leathers and a helmet, nice gloves. You're just going to save yourself a whole lot of pain and misery. You're going to save yourself a whole lot of pain and misery. Look, I can go get you my motorcycle gear. Would y'all want to see my motorcycle gear? I don't know if even I could dig up pictures of when I was riding motorcycles. All right. You asked for it. set of leathers. This is the helmet I was wearing when I wiped out at Barber's Racetrack. I was on a R6. Went into the gravel. These are the boots that I was wearing when I went into the gravel. These leathers saved my life. My pucks have a little bit of scarring on them, just a little bit. I've been on a puck. I think I was more confident on this side. Maybe a little more confident on this side. I don't know. And these are my gloves. My gloves. Racing gloves. They've seen a little bit better days. But they're really nice gloves. Saved my life. Saved my hands. Guys out here making me do chores and shit. Turn your volumes down. I'm about to run a vacuum cleaner. I can't leave a mess like this, y'all. That's not who I am. Sorry. Back. Woo! Oh, got me out of here doing probably. Okay, sweetheart, thank you so much for coming by. Take care. Thank you so much. Hey Sue, how are you doing? Good to see you. You are up early. I hope you drive home with me. Please tell a friend today. Okay, if I talk, yeah, I gotta get his key back to him. So, okay. Thank you for coming by. Hit that like button. Appreciate that. Hit that notification bell too. You'll know every time I go live and I'm crazy. Sorry, I had to do some chores. They wanted to see my old motorcycle uniform, so you can't, you know. Bye, Dropley. That 9:08, that was 2 or 3 minutes ago. Maybe she's still here. Bye. My brother's ex-wife is over there on YouTube, so thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want you guys to feel like this is some kind of downer stream or this is some kind of depressing. Oh, poor pitiful you. No. It's just a notification to myself. You know, there's different chapters in your life. You know, there's before you got through puberty. You know, maybe even puberty is a chapter of your life. You know, some shit you got into between 12 and 15 years old that, fuck, you know. Oh, anyway. You just, look, you get raw BBC Medic. This is, you know, I think that's why people like this channel, because it's kind of so, it's just me. You can ask anybody that knows me, it's just me. But had a good time, you know. I made a video, I did a YouTube video. If you check my, you know, if you're over there on YouTube, and Susan knows this, if you go to my YouTube, my mom's funeral is there. If you go to my lives, it's posted there, so you could watch the entire funeral if you wanted to. If that's not depressing for you, I don't know. But we aren't all crying and moaning and stuff like that. It's just very, everybody knows. And the preaching is, at the end, the preaching at the end is just amazing. It's just an amazing word that my mom wanted everybody in the world to hear. So if you just want to skip to the end, that's awesome. That would be great. Just when the men get up to speak, just turn up the volume and listen for both of them. Some of the audio is a little bit low, but as far as I could tell, it picked up everybody that had something to say at my mom's funeral. So It's, it's not artwork. It's not artwork, but it is over on YouTube, and make sure you smash that like button when you see it. I'm just kidding. And I'm not gonna say she wanted you to, because that. Come on, that's. Come on, we're not going there. Oh, you guys are fun. So yeah, if you're gonna ride a motorcycle, get you some leather. Maybe I should auction off mine on stream. Billy, how are you? Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? $1 bid right here. Look, this is going to be like one of those car auctions where you bid some ridiculous number and think you've won, and then realize that they're not going to sell it to you for that because there's there's some kind of overhead that the seller didn't want, no bids, because, well, I'm up at 18,000 here. Well, yeah, well, he wants 20. He won't even start it. They don't tell you, but he wants to start it. He's not going to sell it for anything less than 24 or something like that. So I would not sell the helmet. I don't think the helmet should be worn by anybody after the crash it took. The leathers are fine though, they're in good shape. There's no way I put that on because I might even get caught, trying to put that on and get, on stream, fall down and die wrapped up in a motorcycle jacket that I tried to fit me when I was more slender than I am now. Ah! Oh, good to hear. That is good to hear. Thank you for coming by, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're doing well. And I know you enjoy streaming and enjoy playing PUBG, and other things, but I hope that works out for you. You have a great community over there. You have a wonderful community that you've built over there. And I know they can't wait for you to start streaming again. Thank you. So who else? My sisters, my oldest sisters. I haven't seen this guy in 25 years. Because I don't think he was even at Tom. Was he at Tom's? I don't know. Anyways, I haven't seen him at many things. $1. I'll give you $1. Anybody else? 2 bits. I won. Does anybody remember what movie that is? Anybody? Does anybody remember what movie that is? Groundhog Day. The cameraman puts himself up for auction. Oh. Oh. I appreciate the traffic over there on YouTube, guys. I really do. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. You know, the only way you can get traction on YouTube is by people watching YouTube or watching your stuff. We had 566 views the last time I checked over on my mom's funeral on YouTube. 566 views. I don't know how we got those views or where they come from or why anybody but family would check in on that stuff, but we had 500 do a backup, do a backflip. I don't know how to do a backflip. Do a backflip. That's just too funny. Oh. So, let me talk a little bit about 7 Days to Die. I'm not going to play that today. We're just doing it just chatting until I, decide to get off. And how energetic the crowd is. Oh, you guys are great. You guys are great. I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't know why, because you're my only community. I don't know why I would give my own community a hard time, but you did get to see the motorcycle suit. I don't think I've ever brought the motorcycle suit out before. I should get a mannequin. Maybe I should get a mannequin and put it in this corner over here. Oh, how much is a mannequin? Hold on. I've gotta find out how much I can buy a mannequin for. $90 at Walmart. What about Amazon? Make it easy. Give me Amazon. Where's Amazon? Amazon doesn't have any mannequins? Come on. Are you kidding me? How does... Are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing... No, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. There's no Amazon mannequins. Shein, Temu, Wayfair, Walmart, Roxy Display, Inc., Temu, Walmart, maybe mannequin dress, 43-inch full body male, realistic mannequin display, adjustable head. My mother started a collection of mannequins. I will not be continuing this collection. Let's look at the Walmart one. Oh, I can put shoes on it? Oh, nice. I can put a dildo in it, give it a package. Can I not do feet? I'll have to find a way to do the feet. You think maybe I could get the feet up just enough, bent over just enough to put the boots on? Because you have to be able to put pants on them, right? Can I get a video? Can I get a video? Oh, it's only got 2 stars. Just go to a local JCPenney or retail store and ask for the general manager. They will give you one or sell it cheap. Okay, thank you. All right, I'll try that first. Because I'm a cheap son of a bitch. I'd rather get some of them for free or $10 than, you know, pay Walmart $70. I'll put it right next to the guitars. I'll move that amp. The small one. I'll move the small amp. I'll put it right here in this corner right here. Since I use this guitar for playing outside, so yeah, I'll figure out a way to light it. Do some lighting on it or something, you know? Make it a Christmas tree or some shit. But yeah, I got a full set of gear. A lot of stores have backstock or slightly broken bits, and General Mills, some places have a power to sell on non-sellable items. Okay, cool. If I explain I've got a motorcycle outfit that I want to display in my stream, but I need a mannequin for it, somebody's bound to say, "Oh yeah, that's cool." My wife would come around the corner and just freak out if she saw a dude standing there. That would be so funny. My wife doesn't know it's here, and she comes into the room to do something, and she flips on the light, and there's a mannequin right there that she didn't expect. Oh no, I'd have to have a camera running or something. Oh, I probably should run one more. I should probably buy a camera and run it all the way back here and drop a line for just a camera just to kind of show out to my, you know, that's always on. And I can see somebody coming in who's coming in the room on a little monitor over here or something. It's not a bad idea. Y'all stop why y'all giving me ideas like that? That would be so easy to do. That would be so easy to do. I still have slots open in that camera in the box that's out in the living room. It's like got 24 slots, and I've got like 8 of them used. I'm sorry, 10 of them used. Buy a 2-pack? Buy a 2-pack? I have not played 7 Days to Die from the last big update. The experimental? The experimental? Is that the experimental, or is that the, Maybe I'll have to start a new world. We'll probably play 7 Days to Die tomorrow, guys. Trash Truck Tuesday, 7 Days to Die. You know, we'll look at a new world. Start something new since they've updated it. Maybe even play the We'll just download the what do you call it? Stable. Yeah, I saw a bunch of people posting about menus that they start, they're adding menus in and different sliders and stuff like that. I would love a slider system for that game. That would be so cool. Everything that you can adjust has a slider. The amount of the loot, How about you go into a neighborhood and it's all fucking rich people in 7 Days to Die because you've designated like 4 or 5 different areas on the map that are like level 5 fucking loot. But you got to get through zombies, But these are areas, affluent houses and stuff like that. So you designate maybe 5 spots on the map and you turn that loot up to like 5 plus. But that could be in any zone, And without the right tactics, you're probably going to die going in there early. Early, like day 1 early, that would be a challenge. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with 7 Days to Die. I have run out of coffee, folks. That means I gotta use the restroom and make a new bottle of water. Because this bottle of water's been sitting here a couple days, so... Oh... I will not shut down the stream. I will not. I'm going to leave this open to a be right back screen so I can use the restroom and get some water and put my coffee cup up. But it might be a few minutes, okay? And if you got to go do something or you're going to say goodbye, YouTube, I will be right back. I promise. It's not going to be a long time, but I didn't want to leave anybody on, on read. I'd be down if it made a Medic server for 7 days. I'd be down. I would give you $5. But I don't keep either one of my computers running all the time. When I shut my computers down, for long periods of time. So I don't think that would work. Yeah, I've never done something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about the internet. I'm just an old guy talking on the camera so the nice young men in their clean white coats don't come and take me gay. Look, I gotta go for a second. I gotta use the restroom. I'm about to piss my damn pants. Oh. back. Anybody left? YouTube. Thank you for showing up and coming by, hanging out. I did get some drink. I did. I got my this is called Celsius. It doesn't have it's a powder that you put in 2 liters of water. It's a nice hand fill. It's a nice start to the day after coffee. And that's the dragon flute. So yeah, quite the weekend. Trying to think of some other stories. Oh, you could have done a comedy show of me and my brother driving. I swear. I'm surprised my wife didn't record some of that shit. It's you know, it's comedy gold. Comedy gold. What's with you over there? All that. Yeah. Well, I sat over there and I said, you fell asleep. Well, so did you. I said, yeah, we're both good drivers. Well, you're over there. I said, well, yeah, you're over here trying to stop the fucking brake when I'm driving over here. You don't think I noticed that shit? My sister's just in the back seat. I mean, my wife's just in the back seat. Oh, it was too funny. Oh, look. I guess I should have, you know, I knew I was going to drive, so I couldn't drink or do anything, you know, no gummies, nothing, because I knew I might have to drive, so I had to deal with my brother sober for 3 or 4 days. Finally, I did, you know, he drove while we were in Pennsylvania the whole time, which was great. It was awesome, just, you know, kind of nice chauffeur. I helped him with the GPS and stuff like that. We didn't argue too much in Pennsylvania. One time, and, you know, I was, you know. It'd been a long day. Oh, Friday. Friday we saw everybody, you know. We got in early Thursday and didn't see it. We got in late Thursday and didn't see anybody. We were just doing texting and stuff like that. So we didn't leave the hotel. We didn't even go get dinner. We were just done. We'd driven all day and we were just done. My brother had some sandwiches. We were going to go out to dinner, but nobody was there yet. And we didn't want to go over to Charles's, you know, that late on a, you know, so yeah, exactly. Just hit the hay. So, but Friday, yeah, I got up early, had breakfast, had coffee. I don't think my brother woke up till about 9. And, we went over to see my little sister. Charles, because we went to my mom's house to see my sister first, and Charles, we talked to them for a minute Friday, and then we all went to Wendy's house to see the new baby, and Robbie and Ella and their new baby, and then my brother tries to hurt my sister's feeling by, yeah, we got to get back to the hotel. We're going, you know, like, why in the hell do you want to keep getting back? What is so great? And then we go inside to see Wendy's thing, and then we're in there, and then Charles says, well, yeah, we're going to go. I said, well, I'm going to go with you. I just want to set up the camera and see what the lighting's like. And, you know, my brother was like, oh, okay, well, then I'll just, and I said, Patty, you going to stay here with Glenn, or do you want to come? And she wanted to go too, so it was me, Patty, and my sister and Charles, we all went to this funeral home on Friday, and I saw my mom, and I figured out which would be the best place for the camera setup and where I could set the tripod and stuff. So it was good. It was good to see have a conversation with the funeral home director and Charles and Wendy and just talk about mom and all that kind of stuff and see her in her casket. They did a beautiful job apparently, and that's what Charles with the clothes and the jewelry she had, and it was really, really nice. So no, I did not get any trinkets from my mom's house. I already had my box of pictures and stuff that mom gave me years ago. So, and she was doing a box for everybody. She just got mine done quickest, I guess, or put more effort into mine while she was still. But they were all, she'd done one for everybody, and then once she got, so everybody got a box. But then Charles was like, well, if there's anything that that makes you remind you of your mom, and you want it, you just, I'm like, Charles, it's your stuff. If there's something you think mom would want me to have, by all means, let me know. But I'm not going to go rummage around the house to see what I can find to take back to Alabama. I got gifted these things, and, I'm like, what do y'all want? I don't know what you want. Tell me what you want. There's a painting. There's a Stratus card. There's, I don't know what else there is. Glenn got some trinket. Oh, there's a picture behind here. There's a picture of him at work or something like that. It's around here somewhere. I can't remember. I think Glenn got that. Anyway. I don't need trinkets to remember my mom, It's just something Patty and my son are going to have to, figure out something to do with. But I got some new subscribers on YouTube from my video. I think it's still in my live button if you go to my live tab. And it's the very latest live, and you can add comments. I've opened it up to the public. So, and again, my mom would love it if you heard the preaching at the very end. Just skip all the noise with everybody gathering and stuff like that, and just kind of skip to the end. It doesn't hurt my feelings. We're not looking to monetize it or nothing like that, but just skip to the end and see when the men get up and start. There's two pastors. There's a friend of my mom's that is a pastor, and then there was my mom's pastor who preached a message. But the man who spoke first and asked everybody to say anything they wanted, anything they needed, So, and again, I told my story. There was my brother, my niece, and my brother's wife said something, and then I stood up and said something, and then another lady, So it was. Then Charles closed the whole thing and then gave it back to, it was very good. It was just understanding that is not my mother in the casket, and she's gone and in a better place and no pain, and hear everybody's testimony. It was great. It was just a really good service, really good get together. Nobody in my family really does alcohol, so there was there's no who's bringing the beer type thing. That's not who my family is. So. And I think we're built to stay that way from grandma and Nana on down, so the values have been passed down that our mother gave us to all the people that were there, that were relatives, so you pass down more than blood, when you raise your kids and when you do the right thing, and now you have a whole generation of human beings that are in their 60s that raised a whole generation of human beings to, care about other people and care about themselves and, get out there and work because nothing's fucking for free. So, congratulations to my mom. What a legacy. That's why we're here. That's why we're here today, folks. It's just my Monday Just Chatting stream, starting a new chapter of my life. And that chapter of my life is life without my parents. My parents both have now passed away, so. And it's not intended to bring anybody down. This is not a depressing fest. Anybody that's been on here for more than 25 or 30 minutes, please attest in the chat that this is not a depressing, oh my goodness, poor guy lost his mom. You know, please let them know. Anybody joining? I'm not here to just drag everybody down and no. We can talk about more about that 7 Days to Die, but we will be playing 7 Days to Die tomorrow for sure. We'll start a new world, and we'll see what we'll see what the sliders are all about. We'll play with it a little bit before we start a new world. We'll see what we can do. Sound good? Does that sound good? All right. Well, it is almost 10 o'clock. I don't know what. I can still stream. It's not like I got to quit streaming for any real good reason. I just kind of needed to let my community know what's been going on the last few weeks, and what we've been going through as a family, and we're all through it, and we're all okay. So. Talk to my brothers and sisters about my interaction with my little sister face to face and how all that's going, and that I still continue to talk to her, and had let Kuei Wen know that our mom had passed away and everything like that. I did not tell Miranda. I just figured Kuei Wen could tell Miranda if she felt that she wanted her to know. That I'm not trying to keep anything from Miranda, but Miranda told me that she had been sober for a little while now, and I said, well, congratulations to anybody that does that, whether you're kicking coffee or carbs or fat or whatever you're doing to improve who you are, congratulations from me. Congratulations from me. So yeah, I did a video on YouTube. It's out there. It's my and please be respectful in the comments. I'd appreciate that. And if you're not, maybe she doesn't have better things to do than come down and haunt your ass. I don't know what I'd say to him. I don't know what I'd put on the internet to a godly woman. I don't think you want the rash of her father on you. I just don't. So be kind if you comment. That's you do what you want. But I'd be I'd be respectful if I were you. That's a woman of God. She fought the battle, and I appreciate y'all being here. This is just water. I swear to God, this is just water. I'm not over here, putting wine in a different bottle and sitting here getting messed up with you guys. Oh. Let me see if I can find the family pictures real quick. There's Mrs. Medic. Oh, my mom was a silly lady sometimes. She could be so silly and so serious. She loved a good gag. Her little body just gave out. And this picture shouldn't be in there. I clicked on this one by mistake. It shouldn't be there. I don't know any of these people. Oh, that's the last picture they ever took together. There's me and my mom. Oh, I could make her laugh so hard. I could make her laugh, and she would have to tell me to stop. Because it's just me being me. And other than no swearing, because I didn't swear around my mom, I would tell the same crap I tell you guys. And just my thoughts on it, adding voices and, playing parts in little stories that I tell her about stuff that's going on. The chicken, have her in tears. Talking about politics. That's my two brothers. There's Mrs. Medic and my mom. That's me and my mom both being silly. And then Mom, we do something silly. And she did that face. There's my brother's wedding that I did not go to. I was in the military. There's me and my brother at my mom's house playing. My mom and her sister. We'll probably be going back up for my aunt's funeral or my uncle's funeral within the next couple of years, unfortunately. They both hurt themselves over the weekend that my mom passed away. My aunt fell down and broke her arm, and my uncle fell and broke his hip, or hurt his knee or something like that. So we'll see. Maybe they'll pull through. This young lady with my mom is his daughter, his oldest daughter. Me and her were friends, very friendly when we were teenagers. Not anything indecent, but we were a little bit more than friends. My mom has a concerned look because my wife took that photo and I'm telling her a story about something. Alright, there's all his children together. That's a great photo. I have no idea who these two people are. And I have no idea. You could give me $1 million and I would not be able to tell you who these two people are. There's my mom and her mom and her sister. Before she left for Canada. My mom and some lady she knew. Probably at church. I don't know why I've started narrating this. It's my stream, though. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay. My sister's kids, all grown, all, in their teens. There's Mrs. Medic with my mom. Mrs. Medic, before she got her second degree, my mom got hurt. She fell down at her apartment, and my wife went and took care of her for 2 weeks. And then she said she had to get back to her husband and kicked her out, but my wife helped the nurse and helped my mom when the nurse wasn't there to do everything that my mom needed to be done. Oh, there's Charles' daughter and Charles and my mom. Her name is Jennifer. She's a great person. Grew up with her, too. Her and her sister Shannon and I and her 2 brothers were in the youth group together. And we conjured up the devil and we didn't mean to. Scariest night of my entire life. Scariest night of my entire life. You didn't have to convince me of heaven and hell after that ever again, and where I needed to be. My oldest sister, my youngest sister, and my mom getting ready for my brother's wedding that I did not go to. My brother Mike and me. My brother-in-law Mike. My mom was so fun to be around. Oh, that's Phyllis. That's my Uncle Carl's mom. When she was still alive. That was the day my mom got married. I was there. I was not there. I don't know who those two people are. But that's okay. Everybody was asked to submit photos. These are some photos that my wife and I took when we were with my mom and Charles on a trip we took a couple years ago. Back in the day. This is 1980, maybe 1990. No, 1986. That was probably 86 or 87. And I came home, and all my brothers came home. And there's a picture in here. No, I don't think they put it in here. There's a picture of all four of us together. All three of us together. But it's not in here. I have it somewhere else. I'll have to email it to myself. Yeah, some of these are repeats, but that's okay. They're good photos. Thank you for hanging out with me. Whoever's still here, just looking at photos. This is the memorial page for my mom. And if you watch the YouTube video, you got to see some of it, or if you see, you'll see that I panned to it. But this is the whole thing right here. This is my oldest sister at her wedding, and my mom. Another wedding I did not go to. I was in the Army. We were way down south. We were poor, and I only had so much leave. Or I was in Saudi Arabia already. If you got married in 86 or 87, I was in Saudi Arabia. So I think there was a couple of weddings while I was away and you know, doing my work. My mom and my grandmother, my Nana. This is Bethany and James, and my mom. James has passed away. He has his arm around my mom, but he has since passed away. They both have their wings. I don't think people get wings, so, but my mom, her sister, and her mom, my Nana. My mom and Charles. Just absolutely garnered respect when they were both in the room. Shannon and my mom and Charles, probably last year. My mom's sister and her brother and her. One of the last photos of taking them together. I don't know where this photo was taken, but it is of my mother. I think it's my mom. Just out enjoying life, soaking up. She probably had SPF 500 on here right now, so she always took really good care of her skin. You see the long sleeves? There's Mrs. Medic and my mom and Charles and the medic. Look at that. Look, I'm taking care of the bill. See, I got the thing in front of me and somebody snaps a photo just to prove that I'm paying the bill. Wow. Wow. Thank you for letting me share this on my stream, y'all. Well, it is my stream, but it is, you know, it's a nice memorial of my mom. Again, none of this is supposed to be depressing. I hope you're not taking anything like it. Oh, poor Pen. This is just a nice memory, walking down memory lane and seeing people from different ages and different times in their lives. My aunt, when she was in her 20s, and her grandmother, and her mom, and her grandmother, all sitting next to each other. My mom and her brother, and I think her brother's son, I'm not sure. My mom getting her hair done. Or she just come in out of the rain. It looks like she's about to get her hair done. It looks like a hairdresser. Or she got it done and now she doesn't want it to get wet. So it's funny. My little sister and my mom. I'm glad my little sister got so much time with my mom. But she also had to watch, you know, the gradual decay. So I'm gonna send her a card and a handwritten letter. Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! How'd that one get in there? Who sent that one? Come on! I did not send that. I don't know who sent that. My mom and her sister and her brother when they were really young. I think my mom was 16 and my mom's with 13 and her brother was older. I think he was like maybe 17 in that photo right there. There's my son and my mom together. That was 38 years ago or 40 years ago. This was 2012. You can see the stamp on the somebody took a photo with the stamp on it. That's awesome. Those are great when you have the photo that your video, don't ever cut off the date. If you're taking pictures, you can always do it in editing, but never cut it off when you're taking the picture. Always have the date if it's on the picture from the 70s or 80s. Always put the date on there. You can always trim it off later. There's James, Amanda, Bethany, and Tiffany. And my mom and Charles at some kind of probably church thing. My Uncle Perry. This is my mom's uncle. Her mom's brother. Not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. That's Shannon and my mom talking in her living room. There's all her grandchildren. That's all my mother's grandchildren right there. Well, yeah, no, that's all of them, I think. Well, maybe, I think a couple of my brother's kids are missing in that photo, but... Oh... Oh, that's great. My mom and her sister, and her brother Bob. Jennifer and her 2 kids, and my mom. Back in 2008. I think that's James and somebody else. That was a party that we had at my uncle's house. I'm pretty sure I was there, but that's not my son. This was 2012. I don't know who submitted that photo. That's not from me and my wife. No, we weren't married back then. This is my cousin and her 2 children with her husband who has since passed away from cancer. She lost him to cancer a few years ago. My mom under a shade, just like my wife and me now, at taking care of her skin but enjoying the beach, you know? You still have to enjoy some of the things in life, you know? This is a 35-minute video that is not looping. This was played at my mom. There's so many people submitted pictures. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. I'm back, and this thing's still running. That's crazy. It was 35 minutes. I don't know how long we've been on, but yeah, it was the whole thing is 35 minutes and some odd seconds long. And it has different music to it, but I cut that music off, so we're just looking at the pictures. Oh, and I'm trying to hydrate as much as possible. I got hockey tonight. that's awesome. I don't know who that is. I don't know whose little boy that is. It might even have been me. I don't know. I don't think so. Nah, mine are all back in the 60s when I'm that young. So. See, I think this person cut off the date of this photo. I bet this photo had a date and somebody kind of cut it off. There's my sister and her oldest daughter and my mom. Probably about 4 years ago. I'm sure I've lost most of you. Which is okay. Because I'm going to bring this to a close here. I just wanted to watch this. This is so cool. My brother and his wife. I don't know how many times this thing loops. Nope, it doesn't. It's just 35 minutes long, so. Again, my mom enjoying life, enjoying the ocean. She's just a wonderful person. Love to go riding. 2008, they went to a car show. My mom at a car show. She must have liked this car from when she was younger and seen it driving around and just, wow. I bet that brought back memories, you know? I hope you're enjoying this. I mean, if you're not, you know, you can always watch something else, but this is a person's life in pictures. My mom. All the people she touched and knew and, you know, had a hand in raising. My mom and her sister. Oh, it's funny. My mom and my little sister. And Charles. Wendy graduated. So they're probably going to write a book. We're probably going to publish a book of all my mom's poems and stories and stuff like that. We're going to scan them, and my brother and I are going to dissect them and read them and type them in. Maybe I'll read and record at the same time. Record and look at that. A great couple. What a great couple. Christmas time. He grew that beard a little long, didn't he? Didn't he? Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. So that's her pastor, and he's in the video of, he's the one that was preaching to her. He said, I'm not like her, but she kept me on my toes. My cousin and my little sister, both about the same age, and my mom. I think my sister was 15 in that photo, and so was Susan. My mom trying to eat a donut at some kind of contest. Just so funny. So what a great photo. That's funny. my mom at my brother's. There's my dad next to my sister. And Glenn and Wendy. I was not there. I probably was in Saudi Arabia. I don't know when that was taken, but I was probably in Saudi Arabia. I was in Saudi Arabia from 86 to 87. That's my brother Glenn when he was really young. Spitfire. Oh, that was back in the day. That was 2010. Oh, let me pause this for a second. Let me tell you about this photo right here. So this is another turning point in my life right here. Look at the date. It is December 24th, 2020. My brother and I went to my little sister's house to surprise her and my mom. She had two daughters, well, and you've seen them, Ella and Gabriella and Zoe. Zoe had never met me. I hadn't seen my sister in 10 or 12 years, and Zoe was like 6 or 7 or 8. And I went, and my brother drove in, and he was going there for Christmas. They didn't know he'd pick me up at the airport. And I stayed out in the car while my brother went inside with his presents and stuff like that, and got his hugs and stuff like that. And then I waited out in the car, and then I called him, his phone, and I said, "Hey, Merry Christmas," and everything like that. And he's like, "Hey, Merry Christmas." Oh, I said, "Where are you at?" "Oh, I'm at Wendy's." "Oh, is everybody there yet?" "Well, no, Tom." I said, "He said Mom's here though. Do you want to talk to Mom?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Let me talk." "Who's that? Who's that?" My mom says, "Oh, it's Kirk. It's Kirk." "Oh, let me say hi to Kirk." So my mom says hi. And so I'm talking to my mom, and we're talking back and forth and everything like that. But while I'm doing that, I'm getting out of the car and asking her who's there and what's she been eating, and she have her tea yet, blah, 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 getting her talking and stuff like that. And then I ring the doorbell, and I said, "Oh, is that something?" I said, "Do you have to go?" She goes, No, they're going to get the door." Well, Zoe answers the door. I haven't seen Gabriella since she was about 3, but she knows more about me and knows me in pictures. But Zoe doesn't know me at all. So she answers the door, and she goes, "Mom, there's somebody at the door, and I don't know who it is. It's some guy." My sister, and I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and my sister comes to the door and just starts screaming. She has no idea I'm going to be there. She hadn't seen me for 8 or 10 years. This little girl on the side here, this little girl right here has never met me. So this is in their kitchen after all. But my sister screams. And my mom, jumps on the phone. She goes, "Oh, my goodness, something's happened. Wait a minute." So I was like, "What's going on, Mom?" And Wendy's screaming at me and hugging me. And, "Oh, my God. Oh, it's good." And Mom says, "Yeah, I've got Kirk on the phone." I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm walking up, and I'm walking past Wendy, and I give her a hug. When I'm walking up, and I go next to my mom, and I'm like, "I got Mom." And I said, "Mom, who's there? What's going on?" "I don't know." Wendy's screaming. Everybody's excited about something. I was like, "Well, Mom, why don't you just turn around?" And I'm standing right behind her in the living room. And then we got blizzarded in, and I got left So how it changed my life is in 2010 we drove back to my brother's house Christmas Day, like late Christmas afternoon. This is the day before Christmas. This is Christmas Eve that this happened. So we stayed for Christmas, but there was a storm coming in. So we drove back to my brother's house about 2 o'clock Christmas Eve. We got home, Christmas Day, we got home with presents and good tidings and all these photos and stuff like that. So we get to my brother's house, and it's a Saturday. If you look at the dates, it's a Saturday. This is Christmas was on a Saturday, and I was flying out Sunday. It was the perfect thing to use the last couple days of my vacation and go up there and do all this. I'd had Thursday and Friday off anyways, and I was going to be back, so it was great. I had the money. I was in that time of my life, but they were building a brand new office in my company in the southern part of the same city that I was working in. And I knew the area really well, and I'd done service down there, but they were splitting our department. They were splitting our north and south, and having a south office, and we didn't know who was going to be the manager down there. And I'd applied for manager, and I had my interview, and he asked if, and that my district manager had asked in the interview, well, would you be okay? I'd love to have you with one of my supervisors. I said, well, I'd really love to rather. I don't want to take myself out of the running for manager, but it seems like you guys already got somebody picked. I'll have to put some thought into whether I want to supervise down here or not. So that was where I left it at my interview, that I did not get the manager's job. They already had somebody picked. They had my boss already picked. So I went and enjoyed Christmas and stuff like that, and knew that I knew there was some decisions to be made. Well, we got snowed in, and I had to call Monday morning, and there was a blizzard so bad in 2010 around Christmas time that all the airports were socked in. I could not get a flight out of anywhere. We were willing to drive, but we just got socked in, and I had to have called Monday. I couldn't get back until Wednesday. Nothing thawed out. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was the first flight back. Almost ready to drive Tuesday evening just to get back. But my boss called me and said, you got to make a decision. Either you're going to go south. Well, I called I said, well, let me use some sick days. No, the district manager's not going to let you do that. And he said the name, but I said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, no, he just wants me to call, make sure that, if you don't go, then it'll be the other supervisor, because the other supervisor is second place. He's not going to go. And I'm like, well, what's this with the sick leave? I can't use my sick leave today or for tomorrow. I'm stuck here. I have sick leave. No, he's not going to let you do that. And I'm like, okay, then I'll go south. And he goes, what? I said, then I'll take the south job. I'll tell our district manager. And I said the district manager's name. I don't want to, out him out here. I said, tell the district manager that I'll be going to, this is. So when I got back, it was, basically waiting till the shop opened up and go down and train people and make people go get the routes done. So I started working, both and going down there and seeing where the offices were and stuff like that and how it was being built, because now I know I'm going there. And it was just about ready. And anyway, and we'd done termite treatment on it. And so I was doing in our commercial termite department. We were down there, making sure it was getting treated properly and the backfill was done. So we, But yeah, this picture right here brings back a lot of memories, because it was definitely another change to my life. My life went in a completely different direction just 10 days after this photo was taken. Actually, just 2 days after this photo was taken. January 26th, December 26th, I had to make a decision to go to the South office, and that was the day I made that decision. But this is my mom. She's talking to somebody else on the phone. And it was just a great time. It was great. Just celebrate my mom's life here for another few minutes. I won't be on too much longer. You guys don't have to. You don't have to. But I would like this on my stream. I'd like to be able to save this and put this in, do a highlight of this and just, put my mom's name on it. It's public record on another site, so it really, and we have to sign waivers for all that, so it's not like I'm, exposing anything that's not already made public, so. There's great people in my mom's life, and my mom just had a special place in her heart for every single one of them. Had a different little name for everybody she met and who she knew and how she knew them. And Charles kept saying, "You were always sport." I said, "Yeah, I was sport." Um, so, but it was a good weekend. It really was a good weekend. So, just gonna let this run a minute. Oh, there's. She's about to be a lawyer. This young lady right here is about to be a lawyer. Met her fiance. He's a great guy, and he has brothers, and his dad was there, and being supportive of my little sister and her family and stuff like that. There were so many people there that I didn't really know personally, but that were connected to my mom in so many different ways. I don't expect there to be many people at my memorial because I'll probably be in Thailand by that time. That is my hope and dream and prayer that me and Patty end up in a nice little farm, nice little piece of land, you know, able to enjoy. It's all you can ask for. There's Phyllis and her husband George. That was my Uncle Carl's mom and dad right there. They've both since passed away. There's my mom. That was September 12th, 2012 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, there's me. Oh, wow. I don't know what year that was, but wow, that's the medic when he was really young. I was in my 30s or late 20s when maybe 30s when that photo was taken, or early 40s. There's Mrs. Medic again. She's probably not real happy that this is on my internet, but she doesn't watch my stream anyway, so. There's my mom at the Wax Theater. At the Wax Theater. That's Alfred Hitchcock, one of her favorite directors in Hollywood. My mom loved a good Alfred Hitchcock movie. My mom used to read Harlequin romances too. Yeah, she read those romance books and stuff like that. She loved that. She loved a good Agatha Christie novel. In her 40s and 50s, when the 70s and early 80s were tough for my mom. She was born in 1936. Or 38. Maybe 38. Yeah, because she was 6 or 7 when the war broke out and she had to move to the countryside. Her grandmother's house got bombed. Look, I finished it. I finished that whole bottle of water. You guys are good for me. I appreciate that. Keeping me hydrated. I'm gonna get another one too. I've got to get hydrated for tonight. We have hockey tonight, and I am going. I'm just waiting for them to post something about what time it is. I might even do it myself just to get the ball rolling. But it's still only like 10:30 in the morning, so not everybody's early risers, or they're at work and don't need to be bothered with my post about hockey tonight. But I would like to know who I'm playing with. Let me do that really quick while we watch the rest of this. Hey, Medic, how's it going? Oh, it's going great, Zink. How are you doing? Anybody else hydrating after the weekend? Really? Well, that's good to hear. Puck Dynasty at 9:25. Puck Dynasty at 9:25. All right, that'll do it for the memorial for my mom. What a life. What a great life. What a wonderful, wonderful woman. What a great mother. What a great friend. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for letting me share a little bit of my weekend with you guys. I know, isn't it awesome? That is so great. I appreciate everybody's support. Dropley was here earlier. And this hasn't been a downer stream. It was just, letting you guys know what I did over the weekend and how the stream and how the weekend went. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for it and just letting me vent a little bit and see my mom's memorial pictures and stuff like that. She was a wonderful woman, and I am proud to call her my mom. So... just cutting out. So yeah, we'll play 7 Days to Die tomorrow for Trash Truck Tuesday. I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with me for a couple hours of your day, and helping me, I don't know what you call it, not vent, but just, let you be part of my little world and what's been going on with me. And I don't want you to feel like it's some kind of tragedy or anything like that. It was an awesome weekend. Really enjoyed the time with my brothers and sisters and family and friends, and and people I hadn't seen in years, and just great people all celebrating the same person. So it was really good, and I thank you and appreciate you coming by YouTube. I know this was kind of weird. I'm gonna start, since I've gotten new people that have come to my stream from YouTube because of my mom. Then we're gonna continue to dual stream on YouTube as much as we can. So we'll do it. Not everybody's into my content, but we'll do more dual streams for YouTube, and we'll do 7 Days to Die. We'll stream 7 Days to Die tomorrow, and we'll get that taken care of. Okay? All right. Do something good for somebody else. Do something good for yourself. Never, never, never let the drunk guy get the chairs. And you guys take care of yourselves. Okay? I will be back on tomorrow, and please. You guys are great, and I really appreciate it. There's, there aren't words. There aren't words. So, I'm gonna let YouTube go first. You guys, I'll see you guys later. I'll stream tomorrow if you guys like it. So, but let me stop the YouTube first. You guys take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. We had 1 concurrent viewer. We had 8 views. All right. Thank you, YouTube. Take care. You're not going to miss too much. I'm just going to say bye to Twitch and send them on their way too, okay? All right. You guys take care. Thank you so much. We'll see